This is the RV Game Changer. In this podcast, we will speak with manufacturing leaders, component suppliers, dealers, subsector innovators, influencers, and industry experts who all believe RVing is good for our environment. It's good for our economy. It's great for our family values and overall well-being. With your help, we can improve the RV experience for everyone.
Ready to buy or sell your RV? Visit RV Wheelator. If you're selling your RV, we offer a retail-to-retail experience and will guarantee you a buyer at your agreed-upon price. Who else can say that? Only RV Wheelator. Buying a pre-owned RV? Experience transparent pricing and top-notch customer service at RVWheelator.com, where you'll buy your new-to-you RV directly from the owner. RV Wheelator, where your adventure begins.
Today's episode of RV Game Changer is brought to you by RVing Today TV. If it has anything to do with RVing and camping, you can bet you'll see it on RVing Today TV. Celebrating its 14th year, RVing Today TV is the #1 weekly RV and camping lifestyle show in the country. Available on major television stations and sports networks nationwide, as well as various streaming media platforms. Visit RVingToday.tv, where you'll find the list of stations and networks carrying the show, along with additional stories, news, and contests. Many RV dealerships are running into customers who are looking to get into a new RV, but are in a negative equity situation with their trade. This situation prevents the prospective buyer from buying a new RV, thus going home, taking them out of the market, embarrassed and upset that they can't buy the RV that they really want. The math doesn't work. On today's episode of RV Game Changer Show, we will be speaking to an extraordinary RV industry innovator, Deryle Jensen of RVWheelator.com. He has come up with a uniquely simple and proven resource to help people who have negative equity in their RV loan, then in turn provide another resource for the RV dealerships to bring those customers back to purchase their dream RV. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you my good buddy, Deryle Jensen, RV Wheelator.
Thank you, Bernie. Appreciate the nice introduction. Appreciate it.
Oh, no, my pleasure. Hey, Deryle, what's been going on? You've been on our show before. It's been about a month and a half, 2 months now, but I really want to find out what you've been up to.
Well, I've been very, very busy hiring real estate agents across the country. We're looking for quality people that have some sales knowledge and possibly some RV knowledge to share our superior retail-to-retail business model. And, of course, those real estate agents are attracting customers. The one owner, the private RV, that's our bread and butter. Yeah. And we're expanding into the RV parks. We've got a tremendous program for RV parks with a poster that is, there's an income for the RV parks that is absolutely amazing. We can pay, because of our retail-to-retail business model, we can pay RV parks for allowing us to put up the poster. They'll participate in it. It's huge. And the really big news, the really big news for RV Wheelator is we've onboarded our first RV dealer. And
wow.
I'm extremely proud of the accomplishment. And the RV dealer, the dealer principal, gave me half an hour. And on like minute 29, he said, "What do we need to do? I want to do this." So I'm really excited to introduce today to the dealer network what RV Wheelator has for them in store. It's tremendous.
So let's face it, for those of us who've been around the RV industry for a little while, we realize that about 85% of people who buy an RV are ready to trade within like 3 to 5 years. And this creates a lot of repeat business for RV dealers in general. But in this day and age, Deryle, what could be going wrong with a situation like this with the customers and with the dealerships?
Well, there's a number of things. First and foremost, the prices of used RVs are going down dramatically. Another thing, many dealers have overstocked and used. There was just a big report today that Lazy Days is fire sailing their used. They're just offloading them. That's drops the prices. There's no way the dealer wants to take a trade when they have to fire sale it to get rid of it because the market isn't there or because they paid too much for it or a number of reasons like, oh my goodness. And then the negative equity, the upside downness of many of the people that are wanting to trade their RV in makes things even more difficult for the dealer network. I have a solution. RV Wheelator has a solution.
Well, thank you for that. Can you give us a description of some of the people that you might have helped over the years?
Well, we help people that don't want to be bombarded with the wholesale buyer. We help people that we do an especially fine job for widows. You know, when a widow's got an RV for sale, gosh darn it, I don't know many experiences where she's going to get a fair retail price. We protect her from that. And we protect her very simply by saying to the maybe buyer, possible buyer, there's no negotiating on the price. The situation is that we have priced it so fairly that there's equity in it for the buyer. So there's no reason to negotiate when we have done that on behalf of the buyer. Before the buyer even knows it's for sale, we have negotiated a fair retail price that has an unheard of word in the RV industry, equity in it. And consequently, the widow and everyone that deals with us gets a fair retail price for their unit. No wholesale. No, a dealer offers $60,000. We offer the same customer with the same RV up to 50% more cash. In one case, $90,000 we offered them. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
It is. It's a lot of money. But let's get what it goes into making RV Wheelator a great option for those who may feel there's no way I'm going to be able to trade in my new RV. My dealer told me so. I need help. Deryle, what could the dealer have done differently to prevent this from happening?
Well, because we're capable of onboarding RV parks, how it works is when the dealer can't put the deal together because the customer will not pay more money and the dealer will not take less money. They're 10 grand apart, 20 grand apart. RV Wheelator can get up to 50% more cash for that RV than what the dealer's offering. They come back to the dealer with that cash. Now there's no trade. It's much easier for the dealer to sell that unit, whether it be new or used, at a little bit of a discounted price. And if they're one of our merchant agents, RV Wheelator's merchant agents, we pay the dealership a commission for the RV that came to us that we list and sell. And they have a coupon. The buyer has a coupon that comes back to that dealer, only good at that dealer to buy a unit of their choice. Quite simply, for the dealership, it could be the commission that RV Wheelator is paying them. The found money for the dealership, even if it's several $100s or $1,000 commission, when you give that to the potential buyer of the dealership's RV, it makes the deal happen.
It sounds like it would give the trader, the one who's trying to trade in a camper, it's going to give them a little bit of loyalty to the dealership who's kind of helped them out. So instead of having to break their hearts and they feel insulted and embarrassed by their low equity, now they're in a positive situation. They got a great relationship with that dealer, and then it's helping them move forward with what they want to do.
Yep, and it's done as simple. It's so simple. All it is a hot link with the dealership's name and the dealership's information page that everyone needs to fill in an information page that wants to sell their RV. When that information page comes in, it's got the dealership's name on it. So number one, we know all we need to know about getting back to the dealer, and there's a paper trail. As soon as we list it, we notify the dealership, who's a merchant agent, that we've listed this RV. As soon as it sells, we notify them again. It's invisible to them. They have no work effort other than sharing that that hot link or an e-business card to that customer that needs RV Wheelator so that they can get an adequate amount of cash to either pay it off or go back to the dealer to buy what they want. It's really sweet. And Bernie, the dealer doesn't put a bottleneck into the service department servicing this trade that they've taken in. They now have room to service their warranty customers, making their warranty customers happy. And besides, where in the world is the risk for the dealer? In taking the trade. Now there's no trade to take. Now there's no risk. Oh my goodness.
Right.
Much better. Much, much better.
All right. So that sounds like it's a good benefit for the dealer, quite frankly, that you're going to be helping them expedite it, keeping their name in front of that prospective customer throughout the whole process. So it really, it's a good way to kind of market instead of sending those people packing and going to another dealer and begging for some sort of mercy. They're staying with you because they trust you because you've done them such a good service.
Bernie,
now,
my business is RV Wheelator has been in existence for 12 years.
Okay.
We have one bad review in 12 years, Bernie. And that bad review was that customer service called too many times in one day. So I actually don't have a bad review. And the reason I don't have a bad review is that I share some of the profit that the dealer would usually make with both the buyer and the seller, making them both happy. And consequently, for my sharing, I get a very small commission, about half of what the industry standard is on a commission basis. Everything I do is fair. Everything we do, we share. And by the way, we care. And the reason that we care is we don't get paid a darn dime until the RV sells. So we care. We really do care.
All right. So let's talk about a little bit down the ways in the process. That person who wants to sell their RV comes to you, they put in the information, they probably send you pictures and some sort of appraisal sheet of some sort. And so the potential buyer has all the information they need about that RV. With that being said, how does the buyer go back directly to the seller, or do you help in between, or what happens when the buyer is interested in an RV?
Our job ultimately, Bernie, is to introduce a nice person to another nice person. Ultimately, that's our job. So when the potential buyer calls us, our job as a real estate company is to qualify that buyer. Simple. We qualify the buyer. How is it, sir, that you've got $95,000? The RV's $94,986 is the average. How is it you got $95,000? They tell us. They've been saving. They got a small inheritance. And here's what everybody knows, Bernie. It's price. It's price that sells the RV. And because of our retail to retail business model, almost 100% of the time, we are the best priced on the internet for that year, that make, that model. Why? Because we don't have the overhead that a dealer has. We can actually do an honest retail to retail business model. And by the way, we use a third party for pricing. It isn't me pulling a number out of the air saying this is what the RV is worth. We use the same database that the banks and the major lenders of RVs use to determine the loan value and average retail in every RV mass produced. So just like your banker knows and everybody's banker knows what the RV is worth, so do I. And that is a fair retail price.
That's fantastic. So that's how you qualify the buyers. You make sure that they're legitimate, they can afford it. You also make sure the seller is legitimate and that product is at the condition that they state it's in.
Every once in a while, we have a seller. We tell the seller, listen, like we're doing all this work for you at no cost. No cost, because the buyer is paying our small commission. So we want your honesty, your integrity, just like real estate, full disclosure. Every once in a while, somebody will say that there's no pets, but we'll see in the corner of the RV, there's a picture with a dog bowl right there. So you need to talk to that person again and say, gee whiz, we better take out of there no pets, because we don't represent fibbers.
Right.
We don't. And in the case of the buyer, they are more than happy to pay less than every other advertised identical RV through RV Wheeler. They're really happy to buy from the owner. In some cases, the original owner, the horse's mouth, the guy that knows everything about the RV, all of its idiosyncrasies. How much benefit is that? Huge, huge benefit.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Hey, let's get on your site for a second here. I see here that you have two mission statements, and one for the buyers and one for the sellers. And could you go over reason why these mission statements are so important to you and the team at RV Wheelator?
It allows RV Wheelator to share the fairness and to share the cards face up. The fact that there's no hidden agenda, the fact that everything is disclosed. The net, the commission, what we need, how we need to do it. And we're the only wheel estate company in the United States ever. Now, wouldn't it make sense that the second largest purchase that you'll ever make in your entire life, an RV, you would have some professional representation? And there's only two reasons a private seller RV doesn't sell. Number one, it's priced improperly, either too high or too low. It don't matter. If it's improperly priced, it won't sell. Number two is that the advertising footprint is too small. We currently advertise on about 200 websites, some of the major social media, Cars for Sale, RVT, RV Trader, Claws, local Craigslist, Power Sports, and a few more. Our advertising footprint is huge. And we give that away at no cost to the private seller. Wow. They have no reason not to deal with RV Wheelator. Number one, up to 50% more cash than a dealer. Number two, we guarantee them a buyer at their agreed upon price. And who are they agreeing upon? They're agreeing with the bank. The banks control our lives, whether we like it or not. The banks control our lives. Here's just another example. Number three, we qualify the buyer and we pay for all of the advertising. And number four, if that ain't enough, more money, guaranteed buyer, no advertising cost or hassle. The service is 100% no cost for that private seller because the buyer pays our small commission. It's sweet.
So it's kind of interesting. And, you know, in the home industry, you're the broker. You'd be the broker on both sides, but you're also making sure that both sides are playing fair to protect the other individual, correct?
That's correct. We have to wear both hats. We represent the seller first, of course, in proper pricing and getting the ad out there. Then we represent, when the qualified buyer arrives, we also have to represent that qualified buyer. And we do a great job on both ends for both sides because everything is fair for both sides. Fair.
Well, since you're protecting both sides, I'm sure over the last 12 years, you've had, you know, a good indicator of business is actually the reviews that they get. Tell us a little bit about your reviews and a little bit how, you know, your mission statements affect those reviews.
Well, the mission statements say that we are the one and only, and we are fair, and we are straightforward. We are absolutely the best when it comes in peer-to-peer marketing. There's no one that's better than us in peer-to-peer marketing. And gee whiz, I don't know what else it is other than to be fair and have peer-to-peer marketing.
Yeah. All right. I got you. That's, you know, you don't have to say more than your actions, right? Your actions tell the whole story. There's nothing else to be said.
How you know, I can go into detail about the glowing reviews that we have by the thousands.
You're a humble guy. You don't want to brag about it. Yeah.
No, like the rubber meeting the road. The rubber meeting the road. One bad review. And that bad review was that customer service called too many times in one day, and I was the last caller, so it's my fault.
Well, you did it for the right reasons, right?
Well, yes, I did it for the right reasons. And then the next morning, I was the one that was scolded.
Well, you know, RV dealers out there are probably thinking, now this sounds like a great way to keep the customer, bring them back into the market who would otherwise have not been able to buy their RV because of lost upside down equity. Yep. How can they get in touch with you so you can serve them and help them out and help out their customers?
Well, we have a 800 phone number. There it is right there. I'm available. I'm available by that 800 phone number. Press 1 for sales.
Yep. Say it for us because they can't really see it too well. 877-744-1219.
That's right. And my email address is Deryle, spelled D-E-R-Y-L-E. That's rather unique, Deryle, spelled that way, at RVWheelator.com. Send me an email. I'll call you. I'll answer all your questions in about a half an hour. You'll be absolutely dazzled by what we have. Absolutely dazzled.
Yeah, thank you so much. And you can see RVWheelator.com right there, how that's spelled. It's Wheel, A-T-O-R. All right, fantastic.
By the way, Bernie, I want to add a little bit of something, a side note.
Sure.
I'm probably the only guy that all of your watchers will ever meet in any way, shape, or form that owns a word. I own the word Wheelator, which is a play on the mispronunciation of the word realtor. And what I have done is I have married the two most successful businesses in North America, banking and real estate, to be wheel estate. That's what's been accomplished here. And dealers, by goodness gracious, come talk to me because I can help you immensely with your bottom line. Huge, huge, huge assistance here. Huge.
Fantastic. You know, the other thing I thought about just this morning, I'm saying, you know, if this is good for the dealer, it's also good for the sales associate. So if you're a sales associate, this could be a really good idea to jump back onto some of those dead leads that you had that you thought there was no chance you could help them.
Right.
No, talk to your bosses, talk to your managers, talk to the, you know, the VPs in the company or whatever, and let them know that this resource is out there, because now you can re-attack those dead leads and help those people get the camper they really want by helping them sell the camper that they have now.
That's right. Yeah, maybe they outgrew, or maybe they are getting older and they don't need that great big RV anymore.
They don't need the bunkhouse. The grandchildren don't come anymore. Whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever it is. The bottom line is that our retail to retail business model is the key. Number one. Number two, the second key is the third party pricing. The bank database does the pricing for. Then we do a little bit better than a Google search. In the house industry, they do comparables. RV Wheelator does identicals, and seldom, very, very seldom, are we not the best priced on the internet.
That's phenomenal. Hey, let's get it. You mentioned it a little bit at the beginning. Let's talk about how RV Wheelator could help a campground and help the people that visit the campground.
We have a beautiful 11 by 17 poster. It has RV Wheelator's logo on it, our .com on it, and then, of course, the 4 buzz lines that are so important, that make us different than everybody else. Guaranteed. That's not a marketing word. That's a real word. Guaranteed. Up to 50% more cash than a dealer. Another real word. Guaranteed. A buyer at your agreed upon price. Not somebody making up a price. This is a real fair price. And then,
so they're not going to renegotiate after the fact. After you guys have worked that deal out with the buyer, there's no more negotiation. They can't try to pull one over on the seller.
Nope. No negotiating on the advertised price.
Beautiful. All right. Well, you know, guarantees are pretty absolute words. So yeah, it's not just a marketing ploy. It's a real absolute.
Then there's two testimonials on the bottom of the poster. And in between those two testimonials is a QR code. Everyone that works with us, and notice I said with and not for, everyone that works with us gets their own unique QR code. In this case, it would be unique to the RV park, and it would have their name in the center of it. Now, I'm going to dazzle everyone right now, Bernie. Here are the numbers for the RV parks. Let's say they have 10,000 unique. Actually, the first one had 17,000 unique visitors that spend at least one night in their RV in the park. We use 10,000 for easy math. 10% of those RVs will be traded in or sold in the next year at a minimum. That's 1,000 people that are exposed to our poster. Where? Well, at the front desk, in the games room, in the laundry rooms, on the bulletin board, in the swimming pool area. 1,000 people that should want our service, that certainly need us, are exposed to that poster. Now, before I go any farther, what special information or knowledge does the RV park need? Hey, I see that poster there, that Wheelator poster. Sir, just scan the QR code. They take care of everything. That's all the RV park needs to know or say. So now, again, let's be really bottom dollar lightweight. Let's say that 10%, just 10% of those 1,000 that need us, that should want us, actually scan the QR code, and we list and sell their RV.
Okay.
Average commission for RV Wheelator is $2,986. Call it $3,000. We pay the RV park 10%. That's $300. 100 times 300 is $30,000 worth of found money, mailbox found money for that RV park for doing what? Giving permission for us to put up our poster with their name in it. And that's it. That's it. That's all they do. That's nothing more. Nothing more.
Wow, that's a lot. When you think about a lot of RV parks are seasonal and they're mom and pop, so they're running on thin margins to keep these things open. That 30 grand could make a big difference.
That's 1% of their people that attend their park. 1%. 10% of 10% is 1%. 1%. Oh my goodness. There ain't nowhere nobody can do 1% and make that kind of money with no effort, no heavy lifting, nothing.
They'll get advertising from the people trading in. They'll be like, hey, if you want to trade in your camper, you should go to that RV park and scan their QR code. That's like, it's going to help those guys get more business. Yeah.
Right. We are dealing with RV parks that have 60,000 unique visitors. Times that with my math, and it's like 180 grand. Oh my gracious. And that's another example of RV Wheelator sharing. We share because
that's right.
Because of the retail to retail business model, quite simply.
Hey folks, check out the website www.rvwheelator.com, and if you don't mind, Deryle, give us that phone number one more time.
877-744-1219.
Fantastic. Hey, it's been a real exciting visit again with you here today, Deryle. This is phenomenal. I hope to talk to you again in the future. We appreciate your support for RV Game Changer, and we're going to keep spreading the good word about RV Wheelator.
We are, Bernie, we are the best thing that's happened to the peer-to-peer marketing of RV Wheelator since the invention of the slide over 3 decades ago. There ain't absolutely nothing that compares to what RV Wheelator is introducing to the RV industry, and it's good for everyone. And in my closing line right now, Bernie, we are not in competition with anyone. We are serving an unserved and an underserved market. Don't anyone get going sideways on me saying that I'm in competition, because I am not. I'm only helping an unserved and underserved market.
But it seems to be it could have a positive effect on the whole of the RV industry.
Absolutely. Because. And let me share that. Dealers, call me. Campgrounds, call me. Reach out to me. I will explain in detail how good this really is for you.
Here's a little bit more information about RV Wheelator, folks.
Ready to buy or sell your RV? Visit RV Wheelator. If you're selling, we guarantee you a buyer at your agreed upon price. If you're buying, we'll help you find the RV of your dreams and introduce you directly to the owner. RV Wheelator, where your adventure begins.
And if you want to find the latest episode of RV Game Changer, make sure you go to rvtoday.tv, where you find our latest episode along with a lot of great information, tips and tricks, and videos of RVing Today TV. If you want to get a hold of me, go to RV Game Changer on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, and make sure to subscribe. Have a wonderful week, and God bless.